I would look totally impressive. Alright, let's try that again.
There was nothing about the starry sky that night to suggest
Oh,
that
dear.
strange and mysterious things would soon be happening. As unsuspecting muggles slept, a huge motorbike with a giant astride it tumbled down from the darkness. The giant, named Hagrid, left a blanket-wrapped bundle on the doorstep of number 4 Privet Drive. Nestled in the bundle was a baby.
It's over here real quick so I don't forget it tomorrow.
Harry Potter.
Because I need to bring it
The boy who lived. For the next 11 years, Harry lived with his dreadful step-parents, the Dursleys. Until that fateful day, when he received the letter inviting him to attend Hogwarts School of Witchcraft and Wizardry. Hagrid took Harry to Diagon Alley to purchase a most unusual list of school
Alrighty,
supplies.
so I guess we'll make this a no reset run with commentary because I need to get a run done to submit to AGDQ.
Mentioning to
So,
Harry that the package,
see if we can get
whatever
that
it
going.
was, would be safer at
Even if it's not a
Hogwarts.
great run, something that is still pretty good
Soon
would be
after,
fine.
Harry caught the Hogwarts Express from platform 9 3/4 and left the Muggle world far behind. Dumbledore stood up. This term, the corridor on the 3rd floor is out of bounds to everyone who does not wish to suffer a most painful death. Harry sat beneath a sorting hat, hoping that he would not be chosen for Slytherin
Best
House
opening
over
cutscene ever,
Gryffindor.
by the way.
Not Slytherin, eh? Said the hat in his ear. You could be great. It's all here in your head, and Slytherin will help you on your way to greatness. No? Well, if you're sure, better
To
be.
be Gryffindor.
Gryffindor!
Man, spoilers.
Welcome to Hogwarts School of Witchcraft and Wizardry. I am Albus Dumbledore, your headmaster. Now, Hogwarts is full of secrets, Harry, so search behind every door. But keep in mind, not all secrets are rewarding. Only this morning, I took a wrong turn and stumbled upon a room full of chocolate frogs. But alas, when I returned, they'd been replaced by a nasty horde of fire crabs. Now, up the stairs and off to your lessons.
Alright, let's play the game for a little bit.
Your first
So,
lessons
first thing we're going to do
upstairs
is head up
on the
into the
3rd
tutorial for the
floor,
game,
Mr.
where it's going to
Potter.
teach us how to run around and jump and do everything in the game.
Fred and George have something to show you. Follow me.
So, the beginning part of this game is kind of slow-paced, because you're just kind of doing a lot of running around. But there's still actually a huge number of tricks and cutscene skips we're going to be doing, so I'll try to explain them as we go.
Hello, Harry. We can show you how to get around Hogwarts. As a first year, you have a lot to learn. Follow us for a secret lesson.
I'll see you later in Defense Against the Dark Arts class. Good luck, Harry.
Alright, so first thing we're going to learn is how to climb up a wall. And the interesting thing about this is that there's two ways that you can really climb up on a
We're going
wall.
to teach you how
The
to
first
climb.
way is the way they're teaching me how to
Run to
do
the
it now,
bookcase
which is
and
just
don't
run up to
stop.
it
Climb
and
up.
just
Above
run
the
into the wall
bookcase
and you'll
is a
climb.
dirty box every flavour
But
bean.
that actually
Collect
puts
all
you
the beans
into this
you can find
really,
and
really
leave us
slow
in the
climb
next room.
animation. So instead we're going to jump into the ledge and climb it. That creates a much faster climb animation. So anytime we're going to be climbing ledges, we're going to try to jump into it. That'll save like a second and a half every single time. We're also collecting all of these beans that we can. We're going to need 25 of them to get out of the
Well
tutorial.
done. Now, let's try jumping. Run to the ledge, then press the jump button to jump across. If you fall down, you can climb back
Next
up
little
and
trick
start
coming up
over.
here. There's a
Meet us in the next room.
Peeves shows up,
We'll take
try
a
to
shortcut
beat
and
us up
meet
a
you
little bit here. So we're going to try to jump around him and move while he's trying to talk to us, and also grab that bean. It's also really important. Alright, cool. So we made that whole platforming segment during that pre-cutscene area. That was actually really nice. I picked up the beam before the Fred and George cutscene even started. That was actually really nice. Oh, whoops. Alright. So now this is cutscene trigger just after we enter this room. We're gonna jump around it by doing a quick trick called a hyper jump, where we're gonna jump as we're moving up a slope. So Harry's vertical momentum gets maintained, and we can get this really, really tall jump that'll let us get around the cutscene trigger by getting onto that banister. So we're just running around picking up these beans. I'm going to try to do a glitch to move during this upcoming cutscene that I'm actually really bad at. I need to put some practice into it, so I'm probably going to fail.
Thanks, Harry.
Nope, yep, I failed. So what I was trying to do there was I was trying to bounce off of, is it Fred or George's head? It's Fred's head. And after bouncing off of him, as soon as you touch him, you enter this cutscene. But I was trying to bounce off his head and then go into a climb animation on the ledge right behind him. That would have actually let me move during that cutscene, and I could have then moved up to that door quite a bit faster. So it saves like 15 or so seconds, maybe less. Oh, that was weird. I should not have done a grab animation there. That was kind of strange. But I failed, so whatever. It's kind of unfortunate. I have to put some practice into that trick. So we're out of the tutorial now. We're going to head into our first spell lesson as soon as we finish talking with Big Head Malfoy here. His head is abnormally large, just saying.
And the Quidditch Cup. You better stay out of our way, Potter. Let's go, boys.
Alright, there's another cutscene trigger right up here with Hermione, but we can actually squeeze right by it by keeping close to this wall. And there we go. We just kicked Hermione out of class by not talking to her. Yeah, I better reset over that trick that I very rarely get, and I don't even get in my PB, so literally no reason to get it. Alright, so the way we learn spells in this game is we go through this spell drawing thing. So there's a couple rounds of this. The first one, we have to draw at least 50% of the symbol. And if we fail, we actually have to just try it again, so let me try and actually get this. I'm actually kind of bad at this part of the game. Are you serious? Wow, that sucks. That was really close too.
That's not it, Mr. Potter.
That's what happens when I try to go a little too fast there. Let's put a little more practice into these guys. Alright, let's try it one more time. This one I'll go a little slower on and still fail horribly probably. There we go, much better. So, we have to pass the first round of this. Because otherwise you'll just kind of get stuck in the cycle of trying it over and over again. As soon as we pass the first round, though, we can immediately just fail the second one as quickly as possible. And that'll actually let us just go into the spell challenge for this class. So I just failed the second one, Quirrel says I'm a loser, and then we can go into the Flipendo challenge. Pretty accurate rendition of how education happens, totally, Kappa.
Splendid!
Yes, very splendid, 2%. So, that was actually really annoying. I lost a fair bit of time for failing that. That was really stupid. I got 48%, which is really obnoxiously close. Alright, now we're heading to the Flipendo challenge. A couple of fun tricks up here. And now we actually have the Flipendo spell, which we will be using to push around some barrels. So, Flipendo is kind of just the spell that's made up for this game that you use for pretty much everything. It's kind of just your do everything and push everything spell. See if I can super jump here to save a second. Nope, failed it. Alright. I was trying to jump as Harry was doing a little ledge clip there to make him go flying forward. I'll explain that trick a little more when we get up to a spot where we actually use it. But this is a pretty cool trick right here called pot jump. Basically these pots, or the cauldrons I guess you want to call them, have a certain hitbox when they're standing there, but have a taller one once they're knocked over. So what we're going to do is jump on top of it and knock it over, and then that taller hitbox lets us get a little bit higher up, and lets us reach that ledge a lot faster. So that saves like a minute of like watching another cutscene after hitting a different switch, and then running around this whole area, whereas instead I can just jump right up there and get on through the room. So it's actually a really, really fun trick. It's really simple of a trick and really elegant, so I really love that trick. Hey, Bob Joe Bob, by the way. How's it going? Oh, no worries, dude. You're not interrupting anything. Am I ever interested in running Need for Speed again? Maybe when I've got some time. It's kind of hard to dedicate time to like a 12-hour run, but I want to do another run at some point. It's just hard to find the time to do it.
The game will restart from this point if you faint. You can also load a saved game from the main menu.
Goodbye. That's Nick. He shows up like one more time. Actually, I think that's the only time we're going to talk to him in this run. So one of the things that's actually kind of difficult about this run is some of the aiming. So whenever you're trying to hit a switch like that, you don't see the cursor as to where you're aiming until you're already trying to aim. And it's really, really fast to just kind of like know where you need to aim and just hit it immediately without having to have the cursor up too much. So it's actually kind of difficult sometimes to do. These are some pretty cool tricks right here called hyper jumps. I briefly talked about it earlier in the tutorial, but basically I'm using these little slopes on the side to give Harry a lot of vertical momentum as he's jumping, and the game conserves that momentum and lets him just kind of jump really, really high. That lets us skip some of those climb animations on the blocks, and get it there. We're gonna do it once more here. See if we can skip this ledge animation. Oh, I kind of messed it up, but it's fine. Yeah, a lot of the tricks in this run, or at least a couple of them, revolve around not climbing things, or trying... Oh, that was bad. Alright. Yeah, but climbing takes a long time in this game, so we try to skip it as much as we can, but we still have to do it a lot anyway. Small little platforming segment here. Basically, a couple of these switches I want to hit as soon as possible, because they'll get other platforms moving, and that'll let me progress through a little faster. Why am I trying to go for that jump so early? This upcoming switch I'm about to hit, though, I actually want to wait a couple seconds before I make it, before I hit it more like, because that'll get the next platform moving away from me. What am I doing? I have to jump on the platform. So this one I want to wait a couple seconds to hit, because this next platform will start moving, and I don't want it to get too far ahead of me. Alright, cool. That was actually really nice. Yeah, I have a huge amount of time save I can do in Need for Speed, but it's just hard to get a 12-hour run going, to be perfectly honest. That's a whole day event right there.
Pester young wizards. Knock him on his backside.
Especially with work, it's just impossible to really get some time going on that.
Quite a nuisance.
Alright, we got some gnomes. We're gonna beat them up. It's nice. And lost a couple seconds there, but it's not a big deal. I could have saved a lot of time, but because I failed the spell learning and a couple of small mistakes during the challenge, but that's fine.
Number of challenge stars. 5 points for Gryffindor. Now get to broomstick practice before you're late.
Yeah, I don't know. The Need for Speed community is kind of weird, especially the one for that game, because they started like putting segmented runs on the same leaderboard as single segment runs, or like RTA runs or whatever. And it's really confusing because like I technically have the best time, but don't have the best time at the same time. It's really weird. I don't know. I never quite understood why they did that, but whatever.
For your first lesson, you will fly through these magic rings.
Harry is a pro flyer, by the way. So this is a kind of a weird segment in the game, because flying in this game is really similar to like Superman 64 for some reason. So it's actually probably one of the more difficult parts of the game to do this. So I'm going to have to actually pay attention for this a little bit. This whole section is on a timer, so I could potentially just sit in one spot and let the timer run out, and I would progress through the game. But I can go quite a bit faster if I get through all these rings really quickly, and the segment just ends when I hit the last ring. So I try to just kind of hold down the boost button, or the go forward button, whatever you want to call it, as much as possible. There's like 1 or 2 times though I have to let go of it to make a turn. And I do not want to miss any of these rings. That means I have to turn back around, which sucks, but I might miss one of them. It's not a huge deal if I do. But right there, I'm going to let go for a second. Lets me make that turn a little bit easier. I'd rather lose a second or two to stopping than to miss a ring. Also, nice job banging that wall.
Let's try it with
these rings are kind of funny, because they're supposed to be moving, but as far as I know, their hitboxes don't move. They just I'm pretty sure they're just extra large rings that look like they're moving or something like that. I don't know. They're really, really sketchy. It's getting a little bit out of hand for a second, so I slowed down. That was actually really nice flying. Cool. Lost a second, but that was actually really nice.
20 points for Gryffindor.
Hey, Wittgenstein. Why are you awake?
You will find the option on the main menu. Time for your charms lesson now. Good day, Mr. Potter.
Alrighty, and on we go into charms. So, we've got another spell learning for Alohomora, which we'll use to unlock a bunch of these doors.
I'll teach you a new spell I've learnt on my own. The spell I learned is Alohomora.
Can't sleep. Fair enough, dude.
Sorry. Things, but don't get into any mischief.
Alright, let's see if I can not fail this one.
This is the symbol for Alohomora. When I stop, hold down the mouse button and make the same pattern. Then let go of the button.
Look reasonable. Yeah, we're good. That whole, like, bottom straight line, if you miss that, it's really obnoxious, because that's a huge amount of percentage on that. Alright, so once again, we're gonna get at least 50% in the first round, and then fail the second round. It's the fastest way for us just to get through this segment.
So give it another go.
Also, shoutouts to Hermione giving us house points for some reason. So apparently that's allowed.
Now you try using Alohomora. We still have a few minutes before the charms lesson.
Now we do the Alohomora challenge, which is challenge in giant air quotes to me, because we're basically just going to run around a big circle and unlock doors and watch a couple cutscenes. We're actually really close to being able to find a cutscene skip, or a skip for this whole segment. Because the last door we go through in this little segment is a door that's to our left in the first room we're in. So if we were able to actually open up that room to begin with, we could skip this whole challenge pretty much and go straight into the Wingardium Leviosa class. Yeah, Hermione has extreme authority for some reason. She's just that smart. So trying to unlock these doors as quickly as possible, because they actually take a couple seconds to open.
Charms class is through this door.
Alright, and we get to learn another spell. I just walked around that. I probably shouldn't have, but it takes us it takes like a second for the game to save, so I usually try to avoid it doing that. That probably wasn't really worth avoiding though. Alright, Wingardium Leviosa is a giant W.
When I stop, hold down the mouse button and follow the pattern, then release the button.
This one's actually kind of hard to draw, because it's hard to draw straight lines at an angle like this with a mouse. I don't know, I find it hard. Okay, good. Beat 50. As long as I beat 50, I'm happy. No matter how bad it is.
Good work, Mr. Potter, but you still have room to improve. 5 points.
Yeah, this is actually a really fun speedrun to do. There are a couple people who run the newer Harry Potter games. I haven't played any of the games beyond the 5th one on PC.
That's not what I
think there are a couple people who run like 6, 7, Part 1 and Part 2. I haven't actually seen a run for them, so I cannot vouch for them, unfortunately. But we've got a lot of people who run, like the first 3 games are really, really popular among speedrunners, especially the second. The second on PC is really popular. And this game is also reasonably popular.
On that statue, then move it onto that large plate.
But there's a lot of people who run these games on different consoles, for example, because for some reason, all the different console versions of the game are all completely different, so they are completely different speedruns. So it's always fun to see people running some of those games. So this is Wingardium Challenge. There's actually a bunch of really quick tricks in a row right here. We're going to do a quick pot jump to get over that banister. Saves us running around a little bit. And now we're going to do a little clip here to get this Wingardium block through a gate. And put it onto a pedestal, which saves us a lot of time. I messed it up. This is actually a little bit tricky to do sometimes. You have to have a good angle for it. There we go. And what's weird about this trick is that, for some reason, you can only do it with one side of the room at a time. Just did a nice little super jump there. You can sometimes skip moving that block to do that right, but I did not, so. So anyway, so for some reason, you can only do that block clip on one side of the room at a time. So like if I was to do it, like I just did it on the left side, and as a result I couldn't do it on the right side. It's just physically impossible to do it. And I could have done it on the right side first, and then I wouldn't have been able to do it on the left side. It's really weird, and I don't know why that happens, but it does. A little bit of blind block placement there. There's a pedestal behind that wall that I just know where it is so I can place it. Hey Blakesy. How's it going? Alright, so we're going to do a pretty new trick right here to end this challenge early. It's called dry storage. What we're basically going to do is put this block, this Wingardium block, on this wall above our heads, and hopefully I can get it in just the right spot. This is actually really tricky to do. This might be a little too far away. And what I'm going to do is target the block, but because it's above me, I can't... Wow, that was really good. Because the block's above me, I can't actually cast on the block. So instead, he just kind of casts forward. And for some reason in this game, Harry's hitbox is sometimes dependent on his spell casting. So I can use that to actually hit the end of the challenge trigger a lot faster. It's actually a really weird trick, and I don't know why it happens. That was supposed to be a one-cycle in that fight. I almost one-cycled it. I missed the last hit for some reason. So you can one-cycle Peeves there by just kind of spamming hitting him. But I had him in a bit of a weird spot, so I only got 3 of the 4 hits in. That's fine. Thank you for the host, by the way, Max. And yeah, so that try storage is really funny of a glitch. And by the way, we call it dry storage because it's another way of executing a glitch we call storage. Where we store the previous spell cast. I'll talk about that more later. And plus it's called dry storage because we love stealing the names of tricks from Wind Waker. It makes us feel happy about ourselves, obviously. Alright, so now Malfoy has a surprise for us, and his surprise is that he's a dick, pretty much, and has a big head. So he's going to try to fight us here. We're going to just try to skip the fight, though, because screw fighting him, it takes forever. What you're supposed to do here is dodge a couple of his like firecracker things that he throws at us, and throw them back at him. But we're just going to try to jump past him towards the loading trigger at the door. It's kind of weird because the game tries to push you away from it if you're moving. Let's wait for the right spot. I messed it up. Let me try this again. I missed, so let me try it again. Come on, please. Come on, come to the left, please. This guy's being a dick. Come on, come to the left. Why are you standing in my way? Wow, this is awful.
You won't get past me.
There we go. Okay. So, this game, the way that particular area works is kind of weird. Because if you're running at the door and actively like giving it an input, it pushes you back away. But if you jump at it and just use your momentum and just let go of all the inputs, you keep your momentum and keep moving at it. So I just kind of need Malfoy to be in a particular spot, and then I can jump at him, and he moves away, and I can just hit the loading zone. It's really sketchy. And I'm actually kind of need to practice that a little bit, because that was actually really horrible. Oh, this music is being weird. Sometimes the music in this game just kind of messes up. This is fun. Also, hi Max, and oh, that sucks about your mouse, dude. Yeah, we get low-pitch music. I don't know. I seem to get low-pitch music in like one area per run for no good reason, and I don't know why it happens.
Go on, Harry. You better get to the lesson.
Alright, let's head over towards Incendio Challenge. Just a couple of quick tricks we have to do here. This one, we're gonna skip these gates, or at least skip all of them but the first one. So this first gate we have to open up normally by hitting these two Flipendo switches. And then I can use this first gate by jumping onto it. That was horrible. And then skip the rest of them. So hopefully I can get all of them. Some bit of precise platforming here. Oh, that was really nice. Okay, that was pretty good. So I skip opening up the other two gates. So it saves quite a bit of time. Shoutouts to that amazing music, by the way. Yeah, the slow music is just super eerie for some reason. Alright, so now we're just gonna run around through this maze and try to avoid the venomous Tentacula, because we actually don't know Incendio yet to fight them, and honestly, it's faster to run past them anyway. Alright, there's a couple of routes we can take to get to the end of this area. This is actually the fastest. We're gonna, even though you walk the furthest, but if you go other ways, you have to watch a cutscene of something opening, and in this case, you don't. So we're just gonna run past this area. If we were to come out one of those left 2 holes, we would walk into a cutscene trigger where friend George tried to sell us a wizard card. So instead, we're just gonna walk around it. Wow, I just lost a lot of time because of the Malfoy fight. That sucks. That sucks a lot.
Incendio spell, which is useful against all manner of dangerous plants.
Oh, that was the Peeves fight and the Malfoy fight. I lost a lot of time too there. Alright, now we learn Incendio.
And follow the pattern, then release the button.
Uh-oh. That was horrible. It's probably 50. Okay. So you guys might be noticing that the very first beginning of the game seemed pretty slow, but it's actually picking up pace a lot. And we're actually doing a lot of glitches very, very quickly here. And once again, we will just fail the second round on purpose. Hey Slayer Kid, how's it going?
Whatever the spell is you're attempting, it's not Incendio. Now it's time for the Incendio challenge. Through the doors, Mr. Potter. I'll watch you from the balcony.
Alright, so now we head into Incendio challenge. This challenge has a couple of cool glitches in it, a couple of little time saves, and a really weird cutscene skip right at the end. Oh, you're sick? That sucks, dude. Hope you feel better, man. Just flu or something? Or, oops, I did not mean to hit that second plant. You can get away with only hitting one of those plants if you aim right. Not a huge deal, but kind of annoying. So we have to take out those 3 gnomes to get to this next room, otherwise the door just never opens.
This is a typical species of
yeah, I loved Ron just pretending to take notes in that last cutscene. We all know he wasn't taking notes in that class. Oh, that sucks, man. Yeah, I've been kind of feeling a bit under the weather as well. I don't know, maybe something going around. Hey Lazar, how's it going, dude? Take out these pixies, otherwise they will chase me to the end of eternity and make my life a living hell. Alright, so this room, we can skip a big bunch of it by just doing this little jump right here. You're supposed to have to run around a lot, but screw that. And that was a really unfortunate cycle. Alright, so this room is a pretty cool glitch in it. We're gonna stick our hand through a grate and skip a big part of the room. You can do it without killing these guys, and it'll probably be a bit faster, but... Oh my gosh, seriously? But, I prefer to be safe here. So we're gonna just stick our hand through this and hit that switch. That lets us skip moving around some blocks, which open up the gate, open up the grate more like. And we can just skip the second half of this room. So if we weren't to kill those gnomes, we could have the gnomes hit us during the cutscene that I was just watching. And it would actually let us move during that cutscene. Please, aiming. Now you know what I mean when I was talking about aiming being hard earlier. So anyways, I could let those gnomes hit me during the cutscene, and it would let me move around during the cutscene and set up to walk into the next loading zone early. But what's funny about that is if I walk into the loading zone... oh my gosh, seriously? Please don't kill me. I am really low health. Please don't kill me. I am very, very low health, and I'm worried about it. Anyways, if I was to walk into that loading zone before the cutscene ended, I would actually soft lock the game, which is all good fun. Right. Try and hit both of these switches during the cutscene. That was nice. Oh, okay, I got some health back somehow. I don't know how I got health. That was really weird. I did not know which way I was facing and accidentally just walked right into one of those bushes. Oh, seriously. It's a little too far away from that one. This is a pretty funny glitch. Oh, I messed it up. It's I don't know, I just felt like doing that again because it's cool looking. I basically jump into a ledge in one spot and drag the climb animation sideways onto a blank wall. That lets me actually skip one of the climb animations. But since for some reason it took me 2 tries, I just didn't save any climb animations at all. Oh, I didn't realize that. I didn't know a save book puts you at half health if you're below half. That's interesting. I did not know that. I guess that's why if you load into an area in debug mode without a save file, it just puts you at half health. I guess that's probably why. Please, corner? I'm gonna try to avoid getting hit here. I like being at full health. That's fine. Alright, this room has 4 switches in it around the room. Instead of hitting all 4, we can just hit one switch 4 times and it counts exactly the same. And we've got a cutscene skip right here. We're gonna try to just nudge into this room a little bit so the doors close behind us. Then we're gonna walk around the cutscene trigger and into the loading zone. And there we go, skip the cutscene. Another cutscene skip right here. We're gonna hyper jump around Hagrid onto this bush. There we go, that was really nice, first try. That skips another cutscene. We're just gonna walk right into this cutscene trigger. Because we actually need to watch this cutscene to advance.
He looks quite upset. Best go
Yeah, Amalthus knows all the world records. Please, Lazar.
So Longbottom has gone snivelling to you, and you want me to give you his precious remember.
The first guess at world record actually wasn't too far off. It was like a minute and a half off or something.
How about up a tree? Think you can catch me? Come on then, Potter.
Alright, now we get to chase around Malfoy
Give
again.
me back Neville's remember all, Malfoy. You want the remember all back? See if
I always love that
you
you can like boost and break during the cutscene. So silly. So I have to hit him 4 times, I think. If I remember correctly. Yeah, 4 times. That was actually really nice. It's kind of weird because you have to get in front of him. So it seems like you should break when you get in front of him. But if you do, he gets way too far ahead of you, and it takes forever to catch him again. Alright, now we get kind of a long cutscene. And right after that, we actually have to do a pretty difficult glitch. Yeah, that was a really nice chase.
Come here, Trevor. Come back. I remember now. I left Trevor near the herbology class. There are plants there that eat toads.
Poor Neville. Whatever will he do?
Mr. Potter, I'm Professor McGonagall.
Dude, I hope everyone is ready for me to fail Fireseeds Skip for 10 minutes. It's gonna be awesome.
Although I do not approve of your chasing Malfoy about.
I only practiced it a little bit before this run. Probably should have done some more practice. That's one of the tricks I actually don't warm up a lot.
First-year students may not compete in Quidditch. In your case, we might overlook that rule. Harry, Gryffindor's first Quidditch match of the year is later this afternoon against a formidable Slytherin team.
See you then. Alright. So, we're gonna do a glitch called hyper jumping over here. Oh, I'm sorry, super jumping, sorry. Hyper jumping is what you do with the slope. So we're gonna super jump to skip Forest Edge. What we're gonna do is we're gonna find this little corner over here where Harry walks over a small ledge and clips up and down like that. And if we jump on a certain frame, wow, that was really nice. It wasn't quite the speed I wanted, but that was really nice. So anyways, if there's a 1 frame window where Harry clips up and down, wow, gold, that was nice. So Harry clips up and down without going into a climb animation. And if you jump on that 1 little frame, Harry just goes flying across the map. So normally that just sends you straight forward and isn't really all that helpful. But because we do it right at a slope, we get a lot more height out of it, so we can use that to get out of bounds in the area and just run straight to the end of the area. That saves us like a minute and a half, if I remember correctly. That was really, really nice though. That was a nice execution. Little bit of setup and then first try.
Now I can show you what
Please, Lazar, get out of here. Please, that was a 259.3. That was sub 3. Get out of here.
Egg, Harry, but it's our secret, mind you. The egg is at a very delicate stage. I can't leave.
I'm surprised I got that so well. I did not practice that very much.
To give it that last burst of heat to make it hatch. Harry, can you fetch
Yeah, please, Lazar. It was sub 3. Get out of here. And that's with setting up the trick, as opposed to just going for it.
Careful though, they're spitting fire and the seeds are hot. Let them cool down before you pick them up. Off you go then.
Lazar, you should get some sleep. Dude, I should get some sleep. Alright, time for everyone's favorite part of the book. Collecting Fireseeds. Yep, definitely in the book. Nothing added to the game here. That Pixie's a jerk, so I kill him. Why is my keyboard on my mouse wire? There we go. So, this segment of the game is just kind of a lot of running around. There's one trick we're going to do. Actually, we're going to do storage here. I forgot about that. So I can explain storage a little bit. So, there's this Pixie coming up in the next room. And the last Pixie we killed because he's a jerk. This one we can just kind of walk past, and he won't really follow us too far. But when we enter this room, the Pixie gets aggroed onto us. And even when we leave, the Pixie stays aggroed onto us. Or at least in the game's memory it does. That puts the game into a certain game mode where it thinks that I'm fighting something, and I'm fighting something that's like kind of aerial. So it puts the game into a specific mode that lets me cast without actually having a target. Like right now, I can cast even though there was nothing nearby, and I actually missed. I'm trying to hit that switch. Did I miss again? I missed again. Wow, I'm bad. Too bad I'm bad. Otherwise, I could have actually taken advantage of that trick there. So what the game does is we can just kind of cast wherever we want without having a target. Because normally the game, you have to have a target, and that's how it determines what spell you're going to use. Otherwise, it just doesn't really do anything. And so in this case, even though we don't have a target, the game stores whatever your last spell was and just keeps on using that. So in this case, I used Flipendo on the first Pixie that I killed. So it just keeps on casting Flipendo, even if I don't have a target. So that is what we call storage, and it's really, really helpful, partially because it lets us hit switches and hit things from very far away. So like this guy is a Fireseed plant, and the seeds, when you knock it off, are too hot to pick up. You get hurt when you try to pick them up. So instead I knock them out, I knock them off the tree before the cutscene starts, and that lets them cool off during the cutscene. So I can just run and pick them up right away. That saves a couple seconds here. Where it's really helpful, and we'll be seeing me use them that way at the end of Lumos Challenge, is in the same way we use dry storage in Wingardium Challenge, in that Harry's hitbox can be extended using this trick. So we'll be able to cast at a loading zone for the end of a level, and we'll be able to just kind of get to the end of the level without actually having to walk over to it. So it saves quite a bit of time in Lumos Challenge. Here we just use it to hit some switches early, which is a little bit helpful. It's not a big deal, but I'm actually not really saving time because of it, because I keep missing. Oh, this is one of my favorite tricks in the whole run. It's the triple jump! 1, 2, 3, triple jump successful. There we go. The run is on. I don't know why. I've just kind of like made that a thing. Every time I go through that area. I don't know why. I guess it's just nice to get all 3 of those jumps without doing any ledge grabs. Dude, triple jump means world record, obviously. These cycles are actually being nice. Having to do a little bit of dodging, but the cycles on that was nice overall. Alright, so we're going to use our storage a little bit more here to hit some of these, I forget if they're stalagmites or stalactites. I also don't remember. Someone gave me a way to remember it, and I don't remember their way to remember it, which is super not helpful. But anyways, hit all 3 of those before I actually have to get to them, and because they take a little bit of time to fall off the ceiling, so I can hit them early and just kind of keep moving. Whoa! That turtle almost obliterated me right there. He's not supposed to move, and he moved to the side a little bit, and he kind of made me do a weird jump. That was really sketchy. Oh, I wouldn't count on a sub 130. There's a lot of things that can still mess me up. This was a really bad segment, just because of missing my storage spells. So, lost 10 seconds. Not a huge deal.
Great work, Harry. You've collected.
Yeah, that fire crab was a jerk. Oh, really, Slayer Kid? That's pretty cool. Oh yeah, I had heard about that. That the actor who played Harry's dad in the movies played that role. That's actually really funny. I remember hearing about that. Oh, I'm gonna grab some water real quick during this cutscene. This is a bit of a long cutscene. You hear me?
You've done it, Harry. It's hatching. Ain't he lovely? I'll call him Norbert. He's a Norwegian ridgeback, you know. Up you come, me beauty. Thanks, Harry. Here, take this flute. It can be used to help some creatures sleep. You'd best get ready for Quidditch now. Should be an exciting game. Slytherin's a tough team, but you'll show 'em, eh? We'd better give Norbert his first feed soon.
Don't forget the new Lumos strat. Which new Lumos strat? I forget. Oh, you mean the dry storage in Lumos? I'm actually really bad at that. That's one of those other tricks I have to practice a little bit. It's hard to be standing in the right spot.
Quidditch pitch has 3 goals at each end. The chasers throw the couple and try to put it through the hoop.
I keep on accidentally standing too close to the statue when I set it off.
These are charm balls that can knock you off your broomstick. 2 beaters on each team try to keep them away.
You can show me a setup? Okay, yeah, cool. If you have a video for it, I'd actually be really awesome to check that out.
It's his job to find and catch the
Alright, cool. No worries, Max. I'm in no rush.
No favoritism.
Sorry, miss. Remember, first avoid the bludgers.
Alright, Quidditch.
And catch the snitch.
Quidditch is kind of weird, because the snitch always moves in the same way. But when you're actually trying to catch it, there's some RNG involved, so it's not a huge deal at all, but we'll see. Oh, I'll have to go look at that Lazar later. That sounds awesome.
Quidditch!
That a Twitter account, or?
Was that the snitch? Here comes
We came way too close to me.
No, the snitch got away.
See RNG. That's bad RNG. Are you serious? Wow, that was awful. Oh, whoops, I accidentally split. I think I split early on that as well. Whatever. So yeah, I technically split like a second early. Whatever.
Well done, Harry Potter.
Oh, I'll have to take a look at that later, Lazar.
My name's Lee Jordan, signing off.
Oh dear.
Harry Potter, the youngest seeker in the history
Because Lee
of
Jordan
Hogwarts,
is
had won
fantastic
the
and
Quidditch
cannot
match.
be properly represented by mere voice actors, obviously.
Congratulations again for winning the Quidditch match against Slytherin. You are fantastic. Something is troubling me, Harry. Ron and I heard strange noises outside the Forbidden Corridor. Come up to the 3rd floor and have a look.
Alright, so this is actually one of the few times in the game we get to run around the whole castle and just kind of see everything. So we have to run all the way from the entrance to the Defense Against the Dark Arts classroom, which is kind of the furthest area away. It's kind of annoying because we have to run around and watch a couple cutscenes, but it's actually really cool just to be able to run through the school. Because normally this whole game is kind of just segmented out into small little areas, and if you try to run outside where you're supposed to go, you just kind of hit walls or stuff like that. So this is actually pretty open. And I use open in giant air quotations, because technically if I go the wrong way, I'll probably still hit a wall. Alrighty, so now Harry is way too amazing to walk upstairs, so we're just going to use the banister instead. Nice voice crack, by the way. So it's actually just a little bit faster and a little bit tighter of a circle to run up the banister. Oh, whoops. Probably a little cutscene here. Oh geez, Slayer good. I wish.
Wow, did you see that? Professor Snape just came out of the Forbidden Corridor. He's limping quite badly.
Yeah, I didn't even go for the
Harry.
super jump.
Let's
I'm
take a
sorry.
look before Filch
I'm
comes
a loser.
back.
I still say it should be
You like
really
Rowling?
possible to skip
Oh,
this
I think there's
cutscene.
something
We're so
awful down the
close, we
corridor.
just can't quite find a way.
Better tell me on the run. We'll be late for our Defense Against Dark Arts lesson.
Alright, so this is the last spell we're going to be learning. Hopefully I don't mess this one up too. I'm always really sad whenever I mess up some of the spell learnings, but messing up 2 is just incredibly sad.
Today, we'll learn to illuminate dark magic with the Lumos spell.
I don't know. Maybe, Max. We spent a lot of time looking at that area, but you never know.
Hold down the mouse button and repeat the pattern. Release the button when you're done.
That was probably 50. Oh, okay. That was actually pretty nice. 76 is really good. And we get a little lag there.
Well done. But I think you can improve. 5 points for
Thanks, Lazar. I'll take a look at that later.
And again.
Could you snap to me on Skype? Because I will not remember to scroll up Twitch chat to find it later. And I can't really tab out of the game.
What shape was that, Mr. Potter?
Oh, alright, so that's the last spell we're actually going to learn. And now we get to go into the Lumos challenge. Oh, should I go for the super jump here? This is a super jump I can do right at the beginning that is hilariously not worth the time to do. If you get it first try, you save like 5 or 10 seconds, and if you fail it once, you don't really save any time at all. You super jump off the beginning of this guy. I'll try it once. Why not? Oh, whoops. Add stuff out. Let's try it once just for the fun of it. This run isn't really crazy serious anyway. Oh, I failed. Sad face. Alright. So I could super jump off that little ledge I just ran off of and fly across the room. It would let me skip this cutscene. But this cutscene's pretty short, so it's not really a big deal at all.
Challenge stars. I'll meet you at the end.
Alright, so Lumos challenge is pretty straightforward. Again, the beginning is kind of straightforward. We're just going to kind of do some running around, some platforming. Really? And we're going to light up these statues to make some light platforms for us to get around. Harry Potter 1 has such great music because, I don't know. The music in this game is actually really nice. Though it's kind of has some weird triggers to it. So like as soon as I hit that particular gargoyle, the music just shuts off until I walk through a certain doorway. It's really, really sketchy. Yeah, and Jeremy's soul. That tends to help. So we don't get any music until I get through the next corridor. And it's literally just triggered by me walking through a certain doorway. It's really weird. Like as soon as I walk through this next doorway, the music will turn on again. Or is it after the platforms? I forget. I think it's right here. Oh, no, it's the next one. There we go. As soon as I pick up that challenge star. I knew it was somewhere around there. Alright, so there's another dry storage we're going to try to do in this room. In the upper level. But first we just have to get up to that upper level. Please, Wingardium block? I don't know what I'm doing. Wasn't really going where I wanted to do. So I need to cast on that particular gargoyle and then start running away from it to make the cycle on this particular platform's movement. It starts up high, and if I don't get to it quickly, I actually miss the first cycle of movement, so I have to wait for it to go up and then come back down. But I've got plenty of time to make it to it, so I'm fine. Alright, so we're going to try to do another dry storage on this gargoyle up here. We're going to try to cast across the room to hit another gargoyle to let us get out of the room a little bit more quickly. So I'm actually kind of bad at this though, but we'll see how it goes. Please. Please. Oh, well, that sucks. I ended up just hitting the gargoyle instead. So what I was trying to do was hit that gargoyle directly across in the same way I did in Wingardium. But whatever. I'll lose a couple seconds just because I tried to do the glitch. My PB doesn't actually do it. So if I was able to do that trick, I would have hit the gargoyle, still been on the other side of the room, and could have just walked over to the exit right there and just did a couple jumps. So instead I have to take the walk of shame over here. Also, once again, the music is turned off, and it'll turn back on as soon as I go through this area. I think the challenge stars, I guess, are doing it. Funny story here. This particular challenge star, if you pick it up causes a Peeves fight to start happening. And for some reason, on the run on SDA, they pick up that challenge star and fight Peeves for really no reason whatsoever. Instead, we can just kind of walk around the challenge star and just ignore it. So, this room is actually pretty tricky. We're gonna move during this cutscene. I'm actually not gonna go. You could potentially make that jump during this cutscene because I got hit by a pixie. So anytime you get hit by something during a cutscene, you can move during that cutscene, usually anyway. So you'll notice, by the way, that that first pixie I just saw, I did not kill. And if you've been paying attention, you know that that actually activates storage. So right now, I have storage activated, and this pixie's gonna be a jerk to me and follow me around. It's supposed to get stuck up near where it spawns, but hopefully it does not continue trolling me. This pixie can actually cause a lot of issues for me if it doesn't cooperate. So anyways, we've got storage activated because this pixie is chasing us around. We're going to move it a little bit during this cutscene and line ourselves up for the next jump, by the way. You'll notice I am now on the other side of the room. Yeah, I might be screwed because this pixie is still chasing me. I might get lucky, I might not be. If I don't get lucky, I can still salvage the run, but I'll lose some time, and I'll have to kill the pixie, so I won't be able to do storage. As soon as I kill the pixie that's chasing me, it actually ends storage. Where is the pixie? It's not following me anymore, but it might be in a bad spot. Alright, so we're going to try to do storage here to end this area, to get over to the end of the room quickly. I'm actually kind of worried because the pixie might be stuck in this room. I don't see it though, so I think we're alright. So let me just aim. Oh, that was really nice. Got it in one try. So once again, I just did storage and I aimed at the loading trigger for the room and just got out of it without having to do a whole annoying platforming and waiting around segment. That was actually really, really lucky. That pixie should have trolled me a lot more than it did. So I still lost some time because of trying to do the Lumos challenge thing and the pixie kind of trolling me a bit. But that wasn't horrible. So now we get to go down into Potions Challenge. Right in the beginning, Potions Challenge is actually a spot for me to get soft locked slightly. It's not a huge deal. If I do get soft locked, I just have to kill myself and try it again. It actually happened during my last run and caused me to not PB, which sucked a lot, but whatever.
You're late for potions, Mr.
If I do get soft lock, it only loses me like 30 seconds, but I missed PB by like 4 seconds, which sucked a lot. Not a huge deal, but
Potter,
just annoying.
go to the dungeons and fetch the potion ingredients for the class. Bring back Wiggentree bark, moly, dittany, and flubberworm mucus. Be quick about it, or I shall deduct house points from Gryffindor. Now be gone, and don't come back without the ingredients.
Let's see if we can jump during this cutscene. So now what's funny is that that's one of the ingredients that we need, and we get it at the end of this segment. But if you actually use a debug mode and get over there, you find that the dittany that's there isn't actually a thing you can pick up. It's just kind of a picture, basically. And the room that you come from when you end the challenge, like on that side, is actually just kind of a wall. So it's a completely different area than the one we're going to be once we end this challenge. So we can potentially softlock here. If these blocks don't fall into the chasm correctly, and they create a little lip that the third block gets stuck on, it actually makes it so we can't complete the room. So hopefully that's not an issue. If it is, I have to just kill myself and try again. And we're good. Okay, so the block would have gotten stuck there if I had an issue. What did you find, Lazar? So once again, you'll notice that we're jumping into these ledge grabs to save a little bit of time on our ledge grab animations. These particular platforms, no matter what, are out of sync for their first cycle of movement, so we just hit the switch quickly and then just let them do the first cycle before we jump on for the second. That's really funny, Lazar. Alright, this is actually a kind of more fast-paced version of the platforming section in Flipendo. just mostly because these platforms move a lot faster. We can do a little trick called moving platform boost. So basically, if we're on these platforms and we jump off of them, we actually get a lot of horizontal momentum by jumping off of them. So we can make really, really long jumps and save some time. I went for that really early. That was nice though. Jump there for whatever.
Oh no, it's the bloody Baron.
Oh, that's really weird, those are. Did I hit that? No, I did not hit him. Didn't think I did. We just have to take all of these gnomes to move on to the next room. For this next segment, there's another Wingardium block clip we can do, similar to what we did in Wingardium Challenge. But it's actually not really worth doing, because it only saves a couple of seconds, and it's actually really difficult to do. So we tend to just not do it. So we would just take the first block that we picked up and clip it through that second gate. And it would save us actually doing this puzzle. But it's not a hard puzzle to do, and it doesn't take long to do. Seriously? Block didn't feel like going where it wanted to go. Also, this is really weird. So in this next area, there are these platforms, the ones I'm jumping to right now. They're supposed to be kind of rotating in and out of the wall, so you'd have to wait for them to be on a certain cycle, and you have to like wait for the next one to move before you can jump. But for some unknown reason, we actually don't know why this is a thing. If you just hold forward during the loading, like the loading zone, the loading time to get into this area that I just came through, these platforms just don't move. So we can just use that and just jump across all of them. It's really funny and really weird. And it's a nice little way to save time that requires absolutely no whatchamacallit, effort. I'm going to grab that save just in case I mess up some of my jumps here. So if I do jump here and I die, it puts me back my last save point, which I don't even remember what my last save was, to be perfectly honest. This next platform jump I gotta do, I'm just gonna try to get it as quickly as possible to save myself a cycle of movement for the platform. That was actually really nice. I actually really want it safe. I don't want to have to redo what I just did. And this next platforming segment is actually really trolly. I have to jump onto these light platforms. And the light platforms that you're jumping onto are kind of a little hazy around the outside. Sometimes it's really hard to tell when to jump. Like it's hard to tell what the exact like hitbox of the light platform is. Especially this next upcoming one, because the first platform I'm going to jump onto, you can't even see. I'm always a little bit hesitant about doing it. And I'm going to try to go through this area without doing any ledge grabs. Oh, that was close. If I'd gone a little bit earlier, I could have done it. Alright, come up to the end of this challenge. We're just going to push this block once to get us out of the room. There we go. And we're going to try to finish off this challenge with a nice little super jump off this ledge here. I jumped a little bit late. That's a nice little way to save a second. Oh, I lost some time on this segment. Dang. That sucks. I am bleeding time off my PB.
A further 3 points from Gryffindor should teach you a lesson. I see you've collected a few challenge stars, but I'm afraid they have no value in my classroom. I've ended the lesson without you, Potter. The other students are off to the Halloween feast. Join them, if you must.
Alright, so this next part of the game was actually probably my least favorite segment of the game. Mostly because it's just a giant auto-scroller, basically. There's not really much you can do to speed it up, but there's a lot you can do to get slowed down if you just kind of get unlucky. Also, shoutouts to Ron's amazing auto-pathing right there. Just walks into the wall. Alright, time for the longest corridor in the history of corridors.
Harry, what's that smell?
Oh, also, so there's some weird draw order in this game. You'll see a lot of the times things are rendering in front of things they shouldn't be. That's because I'm playing the game on software render mode, which makes the game render a little bit strangely, but also makes some glitches like super jump a little more effective. It just kind of gives you a little more speed. Not entirely sure why off the top of my head, but it just kind of does. So this is just basically an auto-scroller segment. We're just gonna follow the beans. We could potentially not follow the beans and do a little bit faster strats, but I personally don't want to do it because it's a lot of risk for not a whole lot of rewards. I'd probably forget where I was going, to be perfectly honest. There's also a funny little way for a run to end here. If I think it's the next what do you call it, doorway. If you run straight while you're running through it, like you're not turning at all. You just run straight through the doorway. You just kind of fall through the floor for honestly no good reason. There's just some weird collision section there. So during those last couple, I just kind of strafe sideways as I'm running through it. So literally, if you just run straight through it, you'll just kind of like hit a ledge and just fall straight down through the floor, and you'll die and have to redo the segment. So that's always fun. So this is the second part of the troll. This part sucks just as much, because you have to sit here and defend Ron, as he takes literally forever to knock out this troll. And while we're waiting for him, we have to actually defend him from the troll as he's throwing things. So what's actually sketchy about this is that sometimes the thing the troll throws more like just completely misses where you can aim. Like it just becomes physically impossible to hit. And if Ron does get hit, you lose, I want to say 10 seconds? I don't remember exactly off the top of my head. But sometimes you just kind of get trolled by RNG a little bit here, and it sucks. Hopefully Ron doesn't get hit at all, and I go even with my split. Oh, that was stupid of me. I cast too early. So we just kind of have to wait for Ron to do his thing. Also, the troll speeds up as the club gets closer and closer to him. Couldn't even see that one. Smoke in the air. There we go. Okay, Ron didn't get hit at all, so that was nice.
Are you alright?
Didn't lose any time there, or a very small amount of time.
Is he dead?
I think he's just been knocked out.
Come on, let's get out of here.
Alright. Now we've got a quick Quidditch match to do, and then we get into probably the most interesting and probably also the most difficult part of the run. Though honestly, from after this Quidditch match onward, the entirety of the run is actually reasonably difficult, and the run, there's a lot of things that can go wrong if you're not paying a lot of attention.
There wasn't much time to think about who was behind this, especially since Harry was busy preparing for the second Quidditch match against Ravenclaw.
Welcome to Quidditch.
Also, check out the amazing flying skills of everyone else here. Just people just hanging off the brooms. Look at that guy down there. And awesome voice not playing properly. I slowed down there for a second because the other seeker that comes in can hit me like he just did and be a jerk. Please. And bad RNG again. Whatever. So the snitch moving around the side of there is pretty much RNG. It could go right into your hand and let you catch it really quickly, or you can just lollygag around a lot.
Thanks to Harry's skill as a seeker, Gryffindor won the Quidditch match against Ravenclaw. Harry, Ron, and Hermione spent most of their free time in Hagrid's hut, trying to convince him that he couldn't keep Norbert, his beloved dragon. Eventually, after much coaxing, Hagrid agreed. Harry unwrapped the unexpected Christmas present. Something fluid and silvery slithered out. It's an invisibility cloak, said Ron. They're very rare. There was a note with the cloak. Your father left this in my possession, Harry read. Use it well. A very Merry Christmas to you. Harry tried on the cloak, while Ron and Hermione helped to prepare for the climb up the tower. Be careful, Harry, said Hermione. You can't stay invisible while you cast spells. Filch might see you.
Alright, now we head into the first sneak segment.
Harry set off for the tallest tower. He hoped that the cloak would conceal him from Filch and his cat, Mrs. Norris.
So, Filch is a jerk. Let's just go with that. He's an absolute jerk. If he walks into you, or sees you when you're casting a spell, he'll just catch you and bring you back to your last save. Which is awesome when sometimes your last save, you haven't had a save for like 5 minutes, which is amazing. But hopefully we do not run afoul of Filch, and hopefully he has not brought his hearing aid with him today. Sometimes Filch is basically deaf to you, and sometimes he is on high alert and is ready to take down anyone. Alright, so first little butt-clenching moment right here. I'm going to hit this next switch, and then afterwards I want to try to, bait Filch away by walking in front of him so he starts chasing me.
Intruder!
And, okay, he's not going to chase me, that's cool. So what I was trying to do there is I was trying to walk in front of him on some hardwood so he would hear me running around and then follow me. And that would actually bait him away from the door a little bit faster so I could get through. It's actually kind of scary a little bit, though, to do that, because he can actually catch you when you're doing that if you don't move really carefully. Yep, magic candles. Alright, so this room. This is a room we spent a lot of time in, because there's just a lot of running around and hitting switches we have to do. What I'm going to do is I'm going to open up that door and hit the switch. As soon as you open the door, Filch comes running, and as soon as you hit the switch, you get put into a cutscene. So I actually have to be really careful when I'm doing that I am not in Filch's path when I hit that, when I hit the switch. Otherwise, he'll just run into me during the cutscene, and he will catch me during the cutscene, and I will go back to the last save, which sucks. So we did that with the first door there, we're going to do that again with the second door. We just have to wait for Filch to walk away from it a little bit, so we have enough time to get out of his way. Should be enough. The switch and jump out of the way. Alright, cool. That was a little closer than it probably should have been, but we're fine. Okay, that was kind of weird, but whatever. Ledge grabs? Okay. Alright, so Filch should have gotten stuck there. Okay, good. So Filch tries to race you to that particular doorway, and if he beats you to it, you have to sit there and wait for him to walk away. But by doing things the way I just did it, and having Filch stand in a certain spot as I'm opening up the door, he actually gets stuck for some reason on one of the bookshelves, so it makes it super easy to beat him there. Wow, please, everyone in my chat, play nice. We're trying to learn about magic over here. We need to save the Wizarding Worlds. Gosh, guys. Alright, so we're mainly done with that first room. This room, however, extends on into eternity because the room takes forever. Don't ban him! That wasn't very nice, Lazar. Also, Harry knows how to levitate, just saying. Alright, so now we get to do a lot of platforming. This platforming is actually really annoying, because if you do fall down, you have to basically restart the room. Not the entire room, but this platforming segment. So if you do fall down, it sucks a lot. Oh, whoops, I forgot that during this cutscene, it kind of just pulls you to the spot. So it's a little bit faster to run to the spot beforehand. Completely forgot. Alright. It's also kind of annoying because one or two of these platforms, if you don't ledge grab them like straight on perfectly in the middle, they just don't feel like doing the ledge grab, so you just fall down, which is awesome. It's a really nice way to lose a fair bit of time. So this particular ledge grab I think kind of sucks. Okay, good. It almost didn't do it. That was a little off center. Yeah, this is not a very convenient way to move around a library. You are absolutely correct. But you never know. Hogwarts is not exactly the most pragmatic of schools in terms of leaving things around places. Hello, sir. Hey, can I talk to you in a bit? Okay. Alrighty. Sorry, roommate. Just got home. Alright, so we've got one more glitch in this particular segment to get out of this room really, really quickly. What we're gonna do is we're gonna... it's about okay, good. We're gonna do a ledge grab and kind of clip ourselves inside of the parapet that's right next to us and clip on top of it. That was actually really nice. I got that first try. And we're gonna use that to run along the parapet here and get across the room really easily. So that was pretty nice. I lost some time there because I'm bad, pretty much, but, you know, whatever. So that's the first half of sneaking around. We've got one more section of sneaking. And right in the beginning of this section, we've got 4 back-to-back glitches that are actually really fun.
Charlie had arranged to collect the dragon from the tower and return him to Romania.
Oh man, I'm slowly losing time over my PB. Alright, first glitch here. We've got to get on top of this banister right here and get around Peeves. That was really nice. So I just hyper jumped off that little slope there and walked around Peeves. Not Peeves, around Filch, sorry. And so now we're kind of ahead of the cycle where we're supposed to be. This Filch here isn't an actual Filch, it's just kind of an actor that's supposed to always be in front of you that can't really catch you. So just a faster way to get in front of the area. I lost some time just because of some bad movement, some weird ledge grabs. Some other stuff went wrong there. I forget what.
You'll not get past me now, you rotten little gutter snipes.
Yeah, get around Peeves. Yeah, I meant Filch. My bad. Alright, second glitch. We're gonna bait Filch away from this door by walking vaguely in front of him. And he follows us around that edge, and he's out of our way. So, that's second glitch done. Third one is a trick that we call a Nick Skip. We used to do this via super jump, but now we can just kind of do it with a little bit of a precise jump. So what we're going to do is we're going to skip a whole big section of platforming in this room, and a long cutscene where Nick explains to us that platforming is a cool thing. So what we're going to do is we're going to dodge around Filch there, get onto this table, take aim, and jump. And I messed up, because I jumped super late. There we go. Okay. So I just jump kind of at that little torch that's on the wall, and use that to bump me up a little bit taller to get on top of the bookshelf. Last little trick is called YOLO jump, because we jump and YOLO, pretty much. And that's the 4 tricks. Gonna do a quick little hyper jump to get off this banister, the top area a little bit more quickly. And that's the first half of the second part of sneaking around. Now we get a little bit of a long cutscene again. Yep.
Reflected in the mirror of Erised were Harry's parents, James and Lily Potter. Harry stared hungrily back.
This one's actually going not horribly. A couple of mistakes, but nothing too terrible.
Behind him. Harry turned slowly about. So you, like hundreds,
and I can actually save 30 seconds right at the end of the run, so good PB. I don't know. We'll see.
He went on to explain that the mirror showed nothing more or nothing less than the deepest, most desperate desire of our hearts, but that it would give neither knowledge nor truth. The mirror of Erised will be moved to a new home shortly, Dumbledore went on, adding ominously that if Harry ever came across it again, he would be prepared. But prepared for what? Thought Harry.
That's actually kind of sad. That's one of my favorite parts of the book, and they just have a really subpar cutscene for that. It's actually really sad.
Stay here and watch the library for a bit, my dear.
Nice job walking through that doorway there, Filch. A little of bugginess there. So the second part here is actually pretty straightforward. Things can get a little bit tight with Filch. Whoa, I did not mean to jump there. With Filch chasing us around. I'm not going to pick up that save. I probably should, but I won't. What is going on, Harry? Jumping strangely there. Amy? Also, nice music.
Only way out of this room is
And Filch knows how to super slide, obviously.
You take that side of the room, and I'll take this one. We'll catch them, Mrs. Norris. Intruder!
No, the super jump is not banned, Max. It's just kind of a pain that to do and kind of weird. As far as I know, it's not. Alright, so now we have to run around and place these 4 blocks. These particular pedestals are weird, because on the US version, they're a little bit easier to place the blocks on. So I have to get a lot closer on the European version, which is what I'm playing on, to place the blocks. And that's actually causes some issues, because it lets Filch potentially catch up to me a little bit more. So this is a little bit of a butt-punching moment right here. Filch is going to get pretty close to me. Okay, we're good. That actually wasn't horrible. I've had him be a lot closer than that. Yep, and the music just died for no good reason. I also have to be careful. So, sometimes when you cast to pick up these blocks, Harry just casts over and over again at the block and just keeps on yelling it. And I got a bad cycler, so I have to wait for Mrs. Norris to get out of my way. So anyways, if Harry does just keep on casting over and over again on the block, and I place the block on a pedestal, the game actually soft locks and doesn't let me cast anymore. Which is really inconvenient, because I still need to be able to cast to get out of this area. Alright, let's see. Is Peeves gonna be here? I've had it happen before, where I just kind of get stuck in this cutscene for like a minute, and Peeves never shows up. So it just kind of kept on... The camera just kept on looking at the door for no good reason, and just stood there. It was actually hilarious, but it was really weird and it killed my run. Alright, so that's Filch gone. We've just got Mrs. Norris to deal with. She is very easy to deal with, as we can just make some noise and get her out of there. Alright, that's the end of the Seek segment. We just have to watch a short cutscene and do a little bit of running. I might save a couple seconds here, but not very much at all. So anytime Fred and George show up, you could potentially buy a chocolate frog, not a chocolate frog, a chocolate frog card, yeah, from them for beans. And it's just kind of, all the cards are collectibles, and if you collect all the cards and have a certain number of beans by the end of the run, you get an extra card at the end, which is like a Harry Potter chocolate frog card. Alright, I'll save like 10 seconds or so, that's not horrible. I usually lose time here, so that's not bad at all. Alright, so, we're done with the Nighttime Wandering segment, and now we're going to head into the kind of endgame trial segment.
The secret of the Philosopher's Stone. It could produce the elixir of life, a potion that would make anyone immortal. No wonder
so from here on out, we're just going to have a bunch of trials one after the other, and some boss fights at the end, and that'll be the end of the game. And there'll be some cool glitches we're going to be doing during this segment.
It was the Philosopher's Stone that was down the Forbidden Corridor, being guarded by whatever it was that had growled at them.
Snape's been acting very suspicious lately. He may be planning to steal the Philosopher's Stone.
Oh, Snape,
There's no
you're
way
so
Snape
evil.
would try anything while Dumbledore's around.
But Dumbledore left 10 minutes ago for the Ministry of Magic in London.
That must mean that tonight's the night. Let's go!
What about Filch? He's always watching the Forbidden Corridor.
We'll just have to take our chances then.
We'll just have to take our chances, guys.
It looks
Just
like
runs
Filch is
over there.
somewhere else tonight.
Oh.
Come on, let's go.
Alright, so first trial is Fluffy. There's a little bit of RNG here as to which head is which, because there's a certain order I'm supposed to put the 3 heads to sleep. And if I don't get the right, like, I can immediately or reasonably quickly tell which one's which. But if I happen to check the correct one first, then I can save a couple seconds.
I think this is where
I'm probably just going to take this kind of safe, so even if I do get a good RNG, I'll probably go about even.
Hear that? I don't think we should go in there.
But we've got to stop Snape. Go on, Harry. We're right behind you.
So all 3 of these heads fall asleep at different speeds. And I want to start with the one that takes the longest, because once they get put to sleep, they slowly start waking back up. And the one that takes the longest to go to sleep takes the longest to wake back up. So I want to start with that one. Otherwise, I have to put them to sleep multiple times, which sucks. This is the correct first one, I'm pretty sure. We'll see. So you can see the bar in the bottom right-hand corner is moving down very, very quickly. I'm pretty sure that's the slowest one. I think it's going to be hard to tell, though. Nope. That one. Alright, so we're going to go middle then left. I'm going to get away without hitting this guy. Oh, come on, it was so close. Alright, whatever. I was trying to get away without having to move away, but whatever. That was not horrible. Not the best RNG I've ever had, but not the worst either.
You want to go first, Hermione?
No, I don't.
Right. See you in a minute. I hope. It's okay! It's a soft landing! You can jump!
Come on, Harry.
Alright, it's time to play a fun game. We're gonna play Name That Plant with Hermione Granger. So Hermione, let us know, what is the name of this plant?
I know what this is. It's the Devil's Snare.
Is that your final answer, Miss Granger?
Help! It's a Devil's Snare.
Oh, guess so. Let's go light it on fire. Aiming, please. 2, 3, 4, 5. That was really bad. That was also really bad. 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, that was pretty bad, but whatever. Some of the other Devil Snare tentacles got in my way, which sucks, but whatever.
Thanks, Harry.
That was close, Harry.
This way, Harry.
Alright, now we've got the key capture. So here we just kind of have to know the path this key is going to take and try to keep up with it and make some turns at the right time. It's kind of hard to tell sometimes when it's going to turn. It always turns at the same time, but it's hard to keep track of where that is. So hopefully be able to get it properly. Please. I got nailed by the other keys. Turned a little bit early, but that was not horrible at all. Okay, saved a couple seconds. That was pretty good.
Well done, Harry. Let's see where this leads.
World record is 103 top-page tries by your roll. So good. Alright. Now, probably the silliest challenge is the chess challenge.
It's a gigantic chess
yeah. This is not how chess works in the slightest.
I hope he's alright.
So basically, we're just gonna have to make a series of movements that make all of these chess pieces, like, run into each other and kill each other. The problem is, though, that they always spawn in the same spot, so it's pretty trivial to just remember what you're supposed to do.
I've defeated most of the pieces, but I've been hurt. It's up to you now, Harry.
Harry, you have to be careful and avoid
So, because I ran to Hermione, she stopped and talked to me, and then didn't keep moving once the cutscene started, so she is not standing in the right spot at all. Not a big deal, it's just really weird. Alright, so we're just gonna do this in 4 moves. There's a couple different ways to do this in 4 moves. This is actually the fastest. Because we have to sit here and wait every time another piece moves, we want to get rid of other pieces as quickly as possible. So, first turn we're going to get rid of one set of pieces. Second turn, we're going to get rid of 2 of the sets of pieces, so we're just going to have to wait on one of the other sets to move around. Yeah, this is totally how chess works, by the way. So now we've got 3 sets of pieces gone, we only have to wait around on 1 set to move. So, a little bit faster overall, but whatever. Alright, and that's the last piece. Alright, so the next challenge is Crazy Potions Challenge.
Come on,
And this one we skip entirely, assuming I don't mess up this trick. And if I get it, it saves 30 seconds. Let's hope I get it, because I don't wanna... There's like a backup trick to skip it, but if I do have to do the backup, I have to watch kind of a long cutscene. So let's see if I can get it. What I'm going to try to do is get myself stuck in this wall and walk across the room and avoid the trigger after starting the challenge. I got it. Okay, there we go. Alright, cool. And we just skipped the whole challenge. So by never touching the floor that's down there, we never activate the flame walls that get you stuck in there and make you either skip the challenge by like doing a hyper jump over the flame walls or actually do the challenge. I forgot to split! I forgot to split! Whatever. I always forget that split. Whatever. So I'm like at least 40 seconds ahead right now. Wait, this is a setup that's safer than that? I consider that a pretty safe setup. So I think I'm around 40 seconds ahead right now.
Scared, stuttering Professor Quirrel.
Alright, so now we've got 2 boss fights. First one is Quirrel. Quirrel is a dick. If he wants to kill me and end my run, he will kill me and end my run, and it'll be fantastic. So I'm gonna go ahead and grab this chocolate frog for some health, because I'm afraid of Quirrel. If you're not afraid of Quirrel, then you're not playing this game right. I think that's close enough. So I just kind of need to push around these 2 blocks and get them close enough to jump up to that platform. Oh, did he really just do that? Wow. Please? I knew he was about to cast at me. I was kind of lollygagging around a little bit. Alright, so now right here, if Quirrel wants to kill me, he'll kill me. If he catches me right here, I'm probably dead. Okay, we're good. So what Quirrel sometimes does is he'll just catch you as you're doing that last, like, climb up before you do the last jump. And he'll just, like, rapid fire murder you. That was actually not a horrible fight. That was a little bit slow. Because that's kind of safe, but whatever. So pick up some health, pick up a save, and we're going to go into this fight with a lot of health. This is really nice. Oh. So I'm going to just hold forward here, and it skips through one of his texts a little bit faster than normal.
Wow. He has the stone.
So right here, it skips part of this text.
Let me speak to him.
Alright, so now we get to fight Voldemort. He comes in 2 phases. First one, we're gonna have these tall columns around, and you're supposed to just use the columns to hurt him, but we're gonna alternate between using the columns to hurt him and use the mirror to hurt him. Because otherwise you use a column to hurt him and you have to wait 1 like movement cycle and then hit him again. Instead, this way we can just hit him over and over again. Alright, hopefully I do not get wrecked in this fight. Last run I pretty much choked this fight hardcore and lost like 40 seconds when I was 40 seconds ahead. So we're going to do that. We're going to stand over here so we kind of pull him towards the center again. Now we're going to use the mirror. So you notice he's standing directly in front of the mirror. We can hit him like that. So now we're going to use the second column. And we're going to pull him the opposite direction. They can come back towards the center again. There we go. Alright, so now he changes cycles. So now every other attack is undodgeable, which is awesome. Or not really undodgeable, but you can't reflect it back at him. So that one we just we use this pillar here to block it. And then we push him back towards the center again. Oh, okay, we're kind of fucked up, but that's fine. Oh, that's bad. Now we have to just rotate this mirror a little bit. That's totally fine. I've actually got a lot of health, so I can just take some damage here. I kind of don't really want to take any more hits, so I'm going to go safe here. So we're just gonna go really, really safe on this last hit. There we go. Wow! Sub 130. There we go. Alright, cool. I'm really happy I took that last fight, that last hit safe. That was a pretty solid fight. Little bit safe, lost a couple seconds to it, but that's totally fine. Alright, cool. That's a new PB for me. That was convenient.
What happened
About time I PB'd.
between yourself and Professor Quirrel?
Yeah, I'll save 4.5 more minutes, no big deal.
So naturally,
now, I'm pretty sure I can get pretty close to your time, Lazar. I probably won't beat it for a very long time, but you never know.
But Harry remained fearful that its loss would not prevent.
Alright, that was actually a really fun run.
Return. Dumbledore nodded, sharing his concern. Nevertheless, Harry, if our battles do no more
of course, I skipped the crazy potion skip. I always have to forget that split.
Harry made his way down to the end of the year feast.
Alright, so, anyways, that was Harry Potter and the Philosopher's Stone for PC. So I'm probably just going to use this run and submit it to AGDQ, see what happens, and you never know.
He took a seat between Ron and Hermione, trying to ignore the stares of the
So yeah, I'll submit that to AGDQ. I'll probably, whatchamacallit,
the House Cup
put like some of the timestamps in the description on the bottom and be like, hey, these are some of the cool glitches you should take a look at. So we'll see what happens. I'm pretty sure I have this locally recorded, and even if I don't think the stream cut at all, so I can just grab the VOD. Whatever works. So I'll probably just upload this to YouTube.
In recognition of Mr. Harry Potter's pure
Alright, cool. Thanks for sticking around, Wittgenstein. Have a good night, dude. Sleep well.
Gryffindor 60 points. Harry's table erupted with cheers and applause.
It is 11:20. I should go to sleep soon. We're gonna stick it out through the end of the cutscene, though.
It was the best evening of Harry's life. Better than winning at Quidditch or Christmas or knocking out.
Yeah, I have to actually submit to the leaderboards every once in a while, don't I? Did I bop? Have I bopped anyone with this time? I don't think I have. I think I'm still like 4th or 5th or something like that. I don't remember. Yeah, Max, go to sleep. Good night, dude. This is actually a pretty solid time, though. I can definitely improve this a lot still, though. Like, just looking at the splits now, I've got another at least, like, minute or two that I can save with no real added effort. And I can definitely grind down and save those other couple of minutes. I bopped no one, sad face. That's fine. I just bopped myself. That is enough of an achievement. Alright, cool. Thanks, Slayer Kid. Have a good night, dude. Alright, I guess we'll lightly raid someone, because I know a lot of you guys are going to sleep. Alright, cool. Alright, and that is Harry Potter and the Philosopher's Stone. Alrighty.